I thought about it and I was like, you know what, who would just take this opportunity and just kill it? I said, Miss Alice.
Okay.
So I wrote that down on my vision board
Okay.
months ago.
Okay, nice. Oh, nice. So you've been kind of spying on me all this time? Okay, well, that's great.
Yes, what you should do, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to Fore Fairway Ladies. I'm Dr. T-Mac. This podcast is dedicated to celebrating the inspiring journeys of women golfers and exploring how the game of golf intersects with personal growth. Yeah, so just tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
I started golfing in 1997. My husband was my first teacher, right?
Okay.
So my husband we were stationed over in Hawaii. So we was, my first time touching a golf ball was, at the Navy Marine over
In 97.
in 97.
Wow.
But my husband is Army, so just want to make that clear,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, so I started out there in Hawaii. I was a softball player. I never thought about golf, and it was always a hit and miss with golf. But one day he asked me, he said, "Come on, babe, let's go out and, play golf." He said, "I want you to try it." And I no, I like a ball that's sitting on the ground. I don't like a ball that's I like a ball that's, I'm sorry, vice versa.
Yeah.
I like a ball that's, coming at me so I can hit it back, because I was a softball player for many years and very good, And so I tried it, hit and miss. It grew on me a little bit, but not enough to commit to it. And then we got stationed over in Fort Drum. I became a little bit more serious. And then when I got here in Florida,
When was that?
all in. We were stationed in Fort Drum 1999, 2000. We moved here to Florida 2001.
Okay.
And I started playing here. Got pretty good. Club champion over at MacDill Air Force Base. That was my first amateur tournament that I played and won. So I was excited about that. Then I went on the same year, 2008, qualified for the LPGA Durham Futures Tour. And then went on from there and did some great things, and became a golf instructor in 2014 for the LPGA. But I was teaching in 2008 with the United States Golf Teaching Federation. That's where I started.
Wow. So I found out something else about you.
Oh, tell me everything that you know. I'm honored.
Oh, listen. You used to own a beauty salon.
I did. I was a hairstylist before I became a golfer.
I was a hairstylist for 23 years.
You were?
Yes.
Oh, nice. So we do have something in common, right? So now I own a salon. I don't really do hair anymore like that. I gave my love to golf,
Yeah.
But you're absolutely, that's good because, that was my first career.
Really?
I became a hairstylist. I'm a master stylist, to be exact. And I've been doing hair for 32 years.
Wow.
So a long time. I own my own businesses.
Yeah.
So I've been doing good with that. I still own a salon.
That's one thing I regret that I did was I owned 2 salons before.
Okay, nice.
And I got rid of everything and moved to Florida 21 years ago. And I said, I wish I would have kept my salon, not to work in it, but to to own it.
Oh, absolutely.
I just didn't have that mindset. My mindset was, I just want to start fresh, start new. But
right. My first salon was in New York, actually. It was actually in Hawaii, but I was inside of a salon.
Yeah.
But actually have your own salon, right? Was at Fort Drum, New York, when I was stationed up in Watertown.
Okay.
So I started there, and Simply Irresistible Hair Studio is my salon.
Oh,
okay, that is Simply Irresistible.
So we have that in common. I said, I can't wait to tell her that.
And then when I moved here, my salon came here with me, and so did some of my customers. They would fly back and forth, or I would fly back and forth to Hawaii, New York, wherever. And at one time, I held 5 licenses.
Wow.
I had a license in the state of Virginia, Hawaii. Oh gosh, let me see if I can name
New York,
New York, here. In Hawaii. Did I say Hawaii?
You said Hawaii.
Yeah, it was 5.
Okay, wow.
Yes, I have to really go back to, Georgia. That's what it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about your journey from being an amateur golfer, because it seems like you did it rather quickly. You went from amateur to pro.
I did.
What did that look like?
Going from amateur to pro was really an exciting journey, right? Because believe it or not, other sports play a very important role in golf, right? Because that's how I teach. I teach based on the things that you do in your life, all right? So as an amateur, I just kept practicing and playing kind of like what you're doing right now. And I would go out by myself. I would play. I just go out there, get on the course by myself and play and things like that. So yeah, it was just pretty quickly because anything that I do, I commit 100%. And so, and that's the key to becoming successful really fast when it comes to, sports and things like that. If you want to be great, the only way you can be great is to actually just come out and put the work in. So, and when I qualified 2008 for the Doormat Futures Tour, Cleveland Heights, Lakeland, I was honored and I was excited. I qualified for the 2009 tour. So that's where I got my, that's where I first started, basically when becoming a professional. And then after that, I was hungry and was more hungry and I wanted to know more and I had instructors, but those scores weren't going down. So, hey, I wanted to try to figure it all out. So I decided to become an instructor because I was really wanting to get into the details of the game and know what my instructors were trying to tell me. Some of them told me good things, some of them told me things I didn't understand. And becoming an instructor helped you along that way. So it's good to do that. I mean, as far as like the LPGA has been good, U.S. Golf Teaching Federation has been good. And a few others, because you want to know it all. So if you're missing something, you don't have it all. So you got to go out there and try to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you still competing?
I do still compete. I just finished a tournament down in Fort Myers, trying to qualify for the U.S. Women's Senior Open. So I did go through that. Didn't qualify, but you keep going, right? It's okay if you don't qualify because that's what golf is. You're going to miss cuts. You're going to make cuts. So it's a part of it.
Right. So how would you, what would you say to a beginner golfer like me? I'm a beginner.
Okay.
I didn't get really going into golf until this past December.
Okay.
But what I've noticed is a lot of people reach out to me and say, I think it's too expensive, it's too this, it's too that. What would you say to people who want to get into golf but they have all these different excuses as to why?
Well, it's exactly what you said. It's an excuse. Because anything that you want to do, you figure it out. You figure out a way to make it happen, right? So, it can be a little pricey, but I think, there's courses such as the one that we're at right now that has like the PDP programs, which is great, right? PDP program, you pay that $60 a month, and then you basically just continue to practice and play as much as you like, right? So, there's a way to do it. I mean, there's a lot of public, private courses. It all depends on you, what you want and how you want to do it. And you set these goals for yourself.
Right.
Yes. So, I mean,
come on in.
It's all about goals.
There we go.
Oh, okay. I keep trying to avoid this camera. That's what I'm doing. I know. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So it can be pricey, but there are ways to do it on a budget, obviously. I remember when I started, my husband wanted me to get into it. And I was like, I don't really want to get into it. And he was like, let me just go get you some, get you a set. So he went to Play It Again Sports, different ones, and put together a set for me. Really cheap, really inexpensive. And I would play maybe two or three holes and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I didn't know what I was doing. I really wasn't interested in it. And he said, this is why I did not invest a lot of money. A lot of people, especially husbands, they go out and buy all this stuff for their spouse to get into it with them, and then they're not interested, and now they have this $2,000-$3,000 set.
Okay.
So
yes, I agree.
So I agree with you, and I'm just piggybacking on what you're talking about. Like, you can do things on a budget,
right,
that would seemingly be expensive,
right,
until you find out if it's your thing or not.
Yeah, that's true.
And we were talking the other day, and I was telling you, the one thing that got me really focused in on golf was that I used it as therapy. Because I was going through a lot of different things in my life, and I just needed a way to clear my mind. And I came out and I grabbed my bag and I said, I'm just gonna go hit some balls. And one thing led to another, and then before I knew it, I was out here every single day. And I'd totally forgotten about the things that were going on or that had happened. And then I was able to go inside and learn more about me, but it was on the golf course. That's where I started really learning about me and how I respond to life situations and things like that.
You're absolutely right. You know, earlier I mentioned that, you know, just like sports have commonalities, right? Well, so do people. You know, in my lessons, I bring out the best in you, right? I always talk. I just want to talk about it, right? How do you feel about what you do? What is something that you can relate to? I've had so many students to come into my lessons, and we get to talk about life, not just golf, but life, right? Because that's what golf is. It's a life skill, right? You use it to teach, right? And amazingly to say, my students, when they come in, they feel a certain kind of way. When they leave, they feel great about themselves.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I try to hit right on the things that I can see that they want to talk about. So we're going to have that conversation. We talk about your life, what you're doing in your life, what you do every day, you know, what you and your husband do, or your other half do. Talk about your kids. I want to know about all those things so that I can put your game in perspective. You know,
that's interesting.
Yeah, put
interesting.
your game into perspective. What is your goal? What kind of time do you have, or can you allow for your family and golf? You know, because you know I've had females to come into that actually left the husband because of the game, because you know they didn't realize that the game took so long to play. You know, by the time you practice and you play and then you go back and work on the things. Okay, what's taking my husband 6 hours a day? What is he doing 6 hours a day? You know, so I mean that's another story for me to tell. Right?
That is.
But those things happen. And vice versa. It happened with the guys too.
Yeah,
they get frustrated, you know, when the girls are just hanging out. Girls get frustrated sometimes when the husband's hanging out.
Yeah.
So, you know, but you have to put that trust in perspective.
Right.
And the only way they know is when they come in, they say, oh, really? That's what happened. I got a set of master tickets one time because of that.
Really?
Someone left their husband, yes.
Wow.
And she realized, she said, I just had to come in to see what was going on and to try this, because me and my husband divorced, and it was because of golf, and that happens, right? So,
wow.
And so after I broke it down to her, she said, "Oh boy, I just wish I had spent more time with him, you know, and went out with him on the golf course." And I encourage that.
Yeah.
When the ladies come in, I encourage them to, you know, keep playing this game so that you can stay out there with your boyfriends or your husbands or whatever. And the same thing with the guys. Don't leave your wife or girlfriend at home. You know,
Bring
her
them
out
with you.
Yeah, you know, take them out there, let them experience it, and then if they choose to go back, that's on them. If they choose not to go back, then at least they know.
Right.
So that
Absolutely.
information is very important.
It is. My husband, he tells his friends, because some of his friends are like, oh, I wouldn't dare bring me on the golf course. And he's like, you should really try it, because it takes your relationship to a whole nother level. And with us, it really has.
Yeah, you know, and it has grown.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the husband, wives
Couples,
coming in
yeah.
for lessons, couples, coming in for lessons and things like that. All those things it has really changed golf. I mean, within the last 4 or 5 years since I, you know, been teaching, and I've been teaching now since 2008.
Okay.
But I have seen it grow. More and more couples coming in, the husbands supporting the wives. They even walk up to me, the husbands or the girlfriends or the boyfriends, or you know, vice versa. They walk up and say, well, what would it cost for my spouse to come in? I want you to work with her. Or I want to get these for my gift card for my husband or something like that. So I'm so proud of that. I'm so glad that it's growing. And not only is it growing between couples, but it's also growing with families too. So I see more family golf now. All the kids and the husband and the wife. Oh, that's a beautiful thing, because I definitely talk about that a lot, and I encourage people to do that. You know, I want to see family golf. I want to keep the kids on the course, and I want to keep everybody on the course. So everyone. So
we have 7 kids combined, my husband and I. They range from, let's see, the youngest is 21, the oldest is 35.
Okay.
And we have 6 grandkids.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. So all of our kids play golf with us.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, and then the grandkids, some of them do, but, you know, we have a 2-year-old. But some of them play golf, and they absolutely love it. So we have family days where we go out and we play golf.
Wonderful.
Together. It's more junk talking than anything, but
Yeah, but it's quality time.
it's quality
And
time.
and,
Yeah.
the unity
Yeah.
there. So it's a wonderful thing, and they learn things too. It's a lot of other things that they can be doing, but think about it when you have family golf, you're keeping them away from all the computer games and
And
all
they're
the
outside.
yeah, they're outside getting fresh air, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so it's more healthy form, of course.
What would you say to women who are in their mid to late 40s? They've excelled in their careers and they want something else to do for pastime. What would you say to them about golf, getting into golf? Why should they get into golf?
I think they should get into golf because it's healthy for them. I think that it's a healthy lifestyle, right? Mentally, physically, emotionally. I think it gives you all of that, right? So I didn't start playing golf until I was 31. And so, and because I was a softball player, so I was
That was your
determined to play.
love.
That was my love.
Yeah.
But golf is my love now. And I think that everybody should try it. And for health reasons, but not only that, just to keep you healthy, but or active, maybe I should say it like that. But just because there's a lot of good networking in it. You can network.
Yes,
indeed. You can make some friends.
I've made some money.
Yeah, you can make money in it. There's definitely money in it.
I've actually done a couple of deals on the golf course.
Oh yeah, those are. I'm telling you, if you got a good golf game, it don't even have to be good. It can be decent, right? You can cut a deal. So and as women, guys really love to see the girls out there playing, and in your cute little outfits, and just by yourself, and just doing your thing. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot to just go out there by yourself. I have so many women say, "I want to go on the golf course, but I'm afraid to go by myself." Go by yourself.
Right.
You learn a lot if you go by yourself. So I think that you're missing out.
Yep. Absolutely. So let me ask you, what ages do you teach? And do you teach all men and women, or?
I teach all golfers, right?
All golfers.
But my youngest is 2.
Okay.
And my oldest is probably about 92, right?
Really?
Yes. And it's a lifetime sport that you can play for as long as you can walk. And even if you can't walk, I mean, I've seen the military, the vets, right? Which is, I'm a part of an organization with the vets, right? And some of them don't have legs, some of them don't have arms, but they can still play golf.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that desire
Yep.
to do things like that, I think is wonderful. It's hard to even describe how awesome that is, you know what I mean? But I'm just honored to be in those positions and have those sources available to me, where I can actually work with people of all color, all ages, all everything, just
a golfer.
Right. Males,
Good. I'm gonna let my
everybody.
husband know, because I didn't know if you only taught women. I know on your clinic on Saturdays is all women.
Well, yeah, I've had a couple of guys that come into that women's clinic. Oh, yeah, for sure, because, golf is golf, right?
Yeah.
So even though it's a women's clinic, I'm not going to turn that away.
Right.
If a wife or a girlfriend want to bring her boyfriend or husband in, I'm going to welcome that.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's okay with the girls. I say, okay, girls, we're going to do something different today, right? So, I'm able to adjust and make sure everybody's happy.
Okay. I saw you coaching a little. He looked like he was maybe 2 years old. His parents and grandparents had brought him out while we were out there.
Okay.
At the clinic, and he was over there smacking that ball, and I was like, oh my God. Like, how easy is it to teach younger kids?
It's just very easy. It's so easy to teach the little ones, because they really just at that age where they want to explore. So I let them explore,
sponges.
Right? So,
Yeah.
and they're sponges. You're right. They soak up all the information.
Yep.
So I can tell them to do this or that or whatever, and they'll do that. And they just keep on doing it, and they have no things that I have to fix. Basically, right? They don't have any experience where they've picked up these bad habits. Right. So it's just like walking for the first time.
Okay.
Or something, learning how to walk, or learning how to crawl. I mean, because they'll crawl around on the ground a little bit, then they'll jump up, and then they'll hit a ball, and I just let them go with that.
Yeah.
Basically fun is first.
Cool. So before we end, how can people contact you if they want lessons?
Well, they can just contact me through my own personal cell number, 813-300-2119. Or they can just email me, abrown2726@msn.com.
Oh, so you don't do the social media stuff?
I do the social media. I'm on Facebook.
Oh, you're on Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on Facebook.
As Alice Brown?
As Alice Brown, golf.
Okay.
Yeah, Alice Brown, the golfer. I'm
Okay.
all over on Facebook.
Okay.
Not on Instagram.
Okay.
That's coming. I hadn't did that yet.
Okay.
Everybody's on me about Instagram, right?
Okay.
I'm like, okay. But you know,
What about YouTube?
YouTube, I have some videos out there on YouTube, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to put the number and your email in the link below.
Oh yeah,
In the
perfect.
description. So what is, now I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is your favorite club?
I don't have a favorite club.
That's what I thought.
No, I
Because you
don't.
told us a long time ago, you said, hey, listen, you need to not be afraid of any club in your bag.
Right, they should
Every
all-
club should be your favorite club.
Every club should be your
I'll
favorite
never
club.
forget that.
Okay,
Yep.
yes, absolutely. So that's true.
Yeah. So I was out here chipping a little bit. Can you give a couple of pointers about chipping, and then to our audience, and then give them like a little 30-second free lesson, and then we'll end it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm going to move this around.
So with the chipping, there's no special club that you can chip with, right? The club that I have today is an 8-iron, and I'm kind of just bump it and run it up there, because in chipping, I like to play mine off the front foot. Like this front flag has a little bit of green to work with. The left one to the left has a little bit of green, to not enough to work with. So I'm just gonna I like to flop those more. But that one in the back, I could just kind of take this 8-iron and just run it back there, right? And I kind of like to do things like that.
Awesome. Look at that.
Get in the hole. So
say what?
Get in the hole.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
But I can take the same club, and I can take it to this flag right here to the right.
Okay.
And again, I'm gonna just play it off my front foot.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of spank it up there.
Look at there.
So it runs a lot with the 8-iron, right?
Yeah.
But it's such an easier shot than with a sand wedge or a 60-degree, 58-degree.
So you'd rather use an 8-iron?
Right, because I hadn't hit a bad shot yet.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
I mean, just run it up there, right? That way you can score better than trying to pull out that sand wedge or pitching wedge and miss-hit it. And so just keep your eye on the ball. Look at that.
Look at that.
So that's the kind of golf we want to play.
That's
Easy
it.
golf. So basically all I'm doing is just making sure I'm rotating my hips to the right and left, because I'm lefty, but opposite for the right-handed golfer. So I'm just doing a little rotation here, back and forth, and letting the ball just go. Nothing special.
Awesome. I'm not a good camera person. I'm over here.
That's okay.
Shaking and moving, but that's okay.
Quick
They get the gist.
Yeah, quick and simple. So that, you know,
time.
just do something really easy. Keep simplicity in your golf game. That's the best point I can give to you. That's the best pointer I can give to you, is keeping golf simple. Try not to do too much. You know, I have all these junior golfers, and they like flop shots. And I fuss at them every time they do a flop shot, because it's a 50-50 chance that you might pull that off. And I want a shot that I can pull off every time, as you can see, right? So those right there, it's just so easy.
All right.
We love to keep golf simple. Remember, if it's simple, it's good.
Simple is good. Okay. All right. So let me get back in the camera so I can give Miss Alice a hug and thank her for coming on. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. My pleasure.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Fore Fairway Ladies. See ya.
Wonderful. That was good.
That was fun.